But I'm living now. My main income now comes from songs I wrote 40 years ago. So that's a marvel. Somewhere in the world, somebody is playing one of my songs, some TV show or radio show, and a few pennies will trickle back to me, which is a wonderful system.
The idea of Let's Talk Music really is to get beneath the skin of the industry and find out the truth of it. I mean, I think all of us would probably be fascinated to know my question to you, which is, what was the first hit? The very first song that really made it for you?
Here He Comes Again by The Fortunes. And, but I was lucky with that. You see, I'm following a great hit. It's another thing in our business. Greenaway and Cook had written You've Got Your Troubles, which was, to me, one of the best songs ever written. And we came in straight after that, so that was a great help.
These days, it's almost impossible just to send songs blind to people without knowing what they're looking for or what your song might be good for. It's all down to research. If you've got songs in a certain style, are you singing your own songs? As a songwriter, as an artist?
Yeah, it's kind of a bit kind of folk psychedelic, I guess.
Okay.
Sometimes rocky.
Folkadelic.
Well, these days, you know, it's all down. If you've got good songs, they want to know, and you've got good demos. Everything's got to be good quality these days, mainly, and they want to know, you know, you've got ideas to project yourself as an artist, and they want it on the plate these days. They want you to come with maybe a fan base, MySpace fans, and all that kind of thing. The more you can provide a publisher that you've got songs that were really going to, you know, make an impact in the market, you do as much as you can. You cannot leave it all to the publisher, but apart from just, you know, hoping to impress them.
But the idea really is to be proactive this day and age. You've got to get out and look for the opportunities and just have the best material, the best recordings that you possibly can afford. Do you help publishers to pitch songs? Are you able to do that kind of thing or be creative at all?
Yeah, we are. I mean, we're very careful that our members are, we have 115,000 members, publisher members, and about 210,000 writer members.
115,000 publisher members?
Yeah.
My goodness, that's a lot of publishers.
So, yeah, I don't have to take them all out at once,
Right.
so it's fine.
Be back in 3 minutes. Don't change that dial. Second Life is an online virtual world that you can access through secondlife.com, and there's a place there called Virtual Dublin, and in Virtual Dublin there's a theatre called the Vault Theatre, and in that theatre there is a Let's Talk Music digital stage set. Everybody there can hear everybody here, and they can see digital versions. Now, if we have a look on one of the monitors, I think we have a link down there. No, we just have the side of my head. Well, it's quite an interesting ear, that, isn't it? Okay, well, you just have to take my word for it that everybody in Second Life is listening to us and joining in. And they join us on a system called Skype, where they talk to us and they can ask us questions. So we're going to see if we can interact with them on the other side. Not that other side, but the digital other side. In the meantime, though, we have a fantastic international artist who's flown out all the way from the UK just to perform one song for us here on the show tonight. We are so excited. She's got an amazing voice. You're in for a very special treat. Can we have a massive round of applause for Susan Black?
All right.
Se lo so, amore che te, forse stiamo insieme solo qualche istante. Zitti stiamo ad ascoltare il cielo al finestra, questo mondo che si sveglia telemate.
If you're an artist and you've done a couple of great songs and you've got a great look, get some photographs taken, it's often easier to place that. But there's so much luck involved.
A song which a publisher would call an evergreen, a song that's been around for years, getting covered by loads of people like Yesterday, all these great songs, hundreds of covers by different artists. That is where the real money is.
The cheapest and easiest way of copywriting anything, and the basic way of doing it, is to simply, once you've written it and you've gotten the song in a tangible form, i.e. on a CD or a tape or whatever, you send it back to yourself in the post. Don't open the post, so that at least you've got something date marked to say that the contents of this envelope is something that you originally created, and it was created on at least this day, which is on the postmark.
Another question that I wanted to ask, because I'm a big fan of yours, Barry, and I'm glad you're on the show. Delilah, that was it's one of your biggest hit songs if not the biggest hit song. Everybody knows that. However, it's a very dark lyric. It's not a pop song lyric. It's a wonderful lyric. Where did that come from?
It's weird if you think of it now. If you take it literally, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
But in the 50s, the end of the 50s, there was a guy called Frankie Lane, and he did a song called Jezebel, and that was the story of a naughty girl. And I think that was the inspiration for Delilah. I thought another story. I couldn't do Salome. It didn't sing very well.
How does a multi-songwriter get their songs out into the world? Are there publishers on the island to help them? What do they do?
No, well, in actual fact, there's only one publishing company on the island, which I actually own. So
you're the man, then?
I'm the man, really. Apart from myself, there's no one else here at all. So, you know, any Maltese writers more than welcome to come and talk to me. Otherwise, they've got to look up on the internet all the different publishers that are out there, because there are publishers all over the world, not just in the UK, not just in America, you know, Germany, Italy, wherever it may be. There are publishers everywhere, and there are thousands of them.
When you first record a song, then you've licensed it, you've agreed to let anybody sing that song, providing they pay the statute, that pay the royalties which are due on it.
Do you think that makes sense?
There's a famous saying, unless the song has been successful, and then you're in a position where you think you can claim a good amount, they always say, where there's a hit, there's a writ.
We are now going to take a question from Second Life, and this is the online virtual world that is sharing this show all around the world in the digital form. And we've got Hep Shepherd. He asked a question last week, actually. He's very interested in these things. Hep Shepherd, he says, how about internet-based publishing like Taxi? Sean, do you know much about Taxi?
I should know lots about Taxi. We are quite fairly involved in Taxi in terms that we do some events with them and things like that.
What is Taxi?
Taxi is, as the questioner said, it's an internet-based thing. It's more on the sync side. That's what it's offering, rather than collection side, as far as I'm aware.
Okay, so sync meaning when you take music and you synchronize it with sound. So it could be a movie soundtrack, it could be a music for an advert.
That's right.
Anytime that you hear music and you're seeing a visual at the same time, that's a sync.
Yeah, it's the synchronization of a moving image, of a audio file or audio to a moving image.
So is Taxi a good thing?
Yeah, I think so.
We're rapidly running out of time here, and it's been a fantastic panel so far. Just very quickly on the final note of publishing, you know, Barry, do we look for publishers? Do we do it ourselves? What do you think? Are we still looking for publishers out there?
Yeah, there's no golden rule, is there, really? You just got to try and find a publisher, try and get somebody to perform it live, try and find a band to record it, even do it locally. Often I think cottage industry, get a little local group to do it, get the local radio and build it from the nut, if you like, from the kernel. But just try every single way you can. And all I can say to young songwriters today is just good luck, because it's a tough business.
Do what you can. Everybody is out there. Every publisher's got a website, or a lot of them these days. You can contact anybody. Just keep plugging away.
I'm going to take Barry with me. Come and join me around the front. We've got a very special, unique performance. We don't have a lot of time. It's the end of the show, so we want you to really enjoy this. That the man who wrote Delilah is going to sing Delilah for us now. Big round of applause for Barry Mason.
This is a story about a very naughty lady.
I saw the light on the night I passed by her window. I saw the flickering shadows of love on her blind. She was my woman. As she deceived me, I watched and went out of my mind. Why, Delilah? I could see that girl was no good for me, but I was lost like a slave that no man could free.